Today I'm celebrating the Festival of Lights. I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein. Join me as I get ready with some of my takes on the traditional foods for Hanukkah here on SoFlo Taste. How fun is that? Happy Hanukkah! I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein and welcome to the Goya Kitchen at J World here in Coconut Creek. Soon we will be observing Hanukkah, and you know what that means for me. Besides honoring the traditions of the Festival of Lights, it also means honoring the tradition of food. So today, I thought it would be fun to make some of the foods to celebrate Hanukkah. So let's get cooking. I am thrilled to make chicken liver with you today. So I'm going to make it a little bit in the style of a French chopped chicken liver, almost kind of like a mousse. So I hope you've made your Hanukkah order with my friends over at Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, because if not, you can still call in your order, but do it right now. Well, watch me and then do it. Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market is located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood. Go to DelawareChicken.com, call them at 954-983-6831, place an order, tell them Chef Michelle sent you, and that I love them, and they always save me. All right. I've got schmaltz, which is chicken fat, melting in this pan. I decided instead of cooking it in butter, I'm going to cook it in some chicken fat. So all you have to do is get some chicken skins, render them down, and then you have fat. I'm going to cook some minced shallots in there, as well as some minced garlic. And at the same time, I'm going to throw a cinnamon stick, a star anise, and a clove. And we just want them to get a little bit soft. Now I had the chicken livers soaking in milk overnight. What it does is take away a bit of that livery flavor that we all love so much, a little bit of that kind of gaminess, and it makes them a little more subdued. I'm going to go ahead and add the liver to the pan. You don't want them to be fully cooked when you make this mousse. You want them to be about 50-60% of the way. So when they just start becoming opaque and turn from that red color to that sort of slight tan brown color, then we're going to add port wine. I love the addition of port wine. We're going to reduce that port wine as well in this liver, and it's just going to give it a beautiful, soft, delicate sweetness, but not too much sweetness. This is a ruby red port. You can pretty much use anything you want. I love Madeira. You can use that as well. And we want that alcohol to really burn out. So as they cook, I'm going to start placing them in the blender. So I'm warming a little bit of cream right over here, and I have some butter right over here. And what we're going to do is add them into the blender once the livers go in. Now, if you wanted to add ground spices instead of whole, you can absolutely do that. But as I pull the liver out, I'm going to leave the whole spices here to gather their flavor, and then we'll remove them. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting whatever is pretty much opaque into the blender. Fully cooked liver does not give you the smoothest chopped chicken liver, so you really don't want them to cook too much. I'm going to remove the cinnamon stick, the star anise, and the clove. And now I just have a beautifully, beautifully fragrant port wine reduction. Go ahead and add that to the blender. And let's go ahead and start blending it up. Now we haven't seasoned this yet, so I'm going to do that now. I'm going to put a really big pinch of kosher salt and some black pepper. Let's run this until nice and smooth, adding in the cream and the butter. First I'll add the cream little by little. Then I'll add a little bit of butter. Tablespoon by tablespoon until it all folds in. The butter also softens the flavor of the strong liver, which is also what I told you the milk was for when you soak it. sets rather quickly, so you're going to want to taste it before you set it, because once you set it, you set it. Can't do anything about it. So I'm going to go ahead and just taste this, make sure it has all the right flavors. Oh yeah. So remove the top. Let's go ahead and pour this into, I'm going to make 2 little dishes filled with liver that we're going to cool. The best way to cool them would be to set these in a little bit of ice water in the fridge. You want this to be really nice and flat. I'm going to go ahead and press these with some plastic wrap so they don't discolor as they cool. Come right back. I've got so much more food to celebrate Hanukkah, so hurry up.
Come back to the Goya Kitchen at JA World, Michelle, and the food. This is SoFlo Taste.
How would you like to win a $500 Goya Seasonings Greetings gift card? Well, of course you would. Well, your chance is waiting for you at local10.com. Just go to local10.com to register. The Goya Seasonings Greetings winner will be chosen on Monday, January 2nd, 2023. So enter today. Just go to local10.com for your chance to win Goya's Seasonings Greetings $500 gift card giveaway. Because if it's Goya, it has to be good.
I'm Melinda Harper for SoFlo Taste at Aventura Mall, and if a long, hard day of shopping has got you a little hungry, or you just need a break for a bite, you can always stop at the food hall, or you can try one of the many incredible restaurants here at Aventura Mall, like Serafina. And who better to tell us all about Serafina than owner Stacy Shabtai. Hi, Stacy. Thanks so much for having us.
Oh, thank you for coming. I'm really excited to have you here.
We're excited to be here. Stacy, tell us a little bit about Serafina.
Well, Serafina is an authentic Italian restaurant, and it's extremely family friendly. We have every kind of Italian dish you can think of. Some of my favorites could be our chicken parmesan with spaghetti.
I love it.
Our pastas always come out really hot and al dente. So today we're going to have cacio e pepe, and we do that table side. It's spectacular. It's an incredible presentation.
Cheese wheel.
It's in a huge Parmesan cheese wheel. They light it on fire, and they carve out lots and lots of creamy Parmesan cheese.
So good.
Roll it into the pasta. It's
so
spectacular.
Fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
And to show us how one of the most popular dishes here at Serafina is made is Executive Chef, Chef Pete.
Hi.
Take it away.
Wonderful. So here we go. We have the cacio e pepe. This is our rendition of it. We use classical ingredients with a little bit of Serafina's touch.
Okay. What's happening right now?
So right now I have a little bit of brandy. We use this to heat the cheese and to flambe it, just to be able to get it to loosen up.
Okay.
And give us the right flavor. So this is kind of like the thing that people come here for. They enjoy it. Here in the United States, we love cream and cheese and bucatini.
The bucatini.
The bucatini, Parmesan Reggiano. I'm gonna throw it in the wheel.
Okay.
Now that it's nice and hot, swirling it around, getting the cheese to melt.
Let's give it a nice spin.
It's spectacular flavor. This is like what people come here for.
I can see why.
Can't forget the pepe.
The pepe.
You definitely want to give this a shot.
This looks amazing. The process is amazing. Let's give it a taste. Awesome. It is amazing. So good. Thank you, Chef. You know, Stacy, lastly, the holidays are coming up. What a great place to stop.
Anybody that's coming to the mall, please stop by. We invite you to have the best meal, the best time. We have the most warm staff. You could do a holiday party or a celebratory drink with your friends as you're shopping. The best food. Please stop by. I invite you to come back.
You're always welcome at Serafina. Wow, great shopping and great food. Aventura Mall's got it all.
Welcome back to SoFlo Taste. I am Chef Michelle Bernstein. Today I'm celebrating the 8 days and nights of Hanukkah with food. We are going to jump into a beautiful, look at this salmon, my goodness. Thank you, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. I adore you. I asked for a side of salmon, and man, did I get it. This thing is just beautiful. It still has the skin on. That's how I want to cook it because it just keeps it juicier. It's just so much better cooking it that way. Let me show you what we're going to do because we're going to present it in the same dish that we're baking it in. So I'm going to take some fennel, my favorite ingredient to serve with salmon. It always comes with the tops, which are very delicious, by the way, but we'll use them a little later. Right now I'm interested in the bottoms. And I think I probably need two, considering the size of this gorgeous salmon. So you can use a knife. You know what? Let's use a knife, because I always use a mandolin, and a lot of people don't use mandolins. So using a knife, I'm not going to go crazy thin, because we're going to cook these slices of fennel, and they're going to get really beautifully tender as they cook with the salmon. All right, take the second one. Nice rounds, beautiful. All right, we're gonna use most of them underneath the salmon, and some will go on top of the salmon. It'll be a nice bed. Then I wanted to add a little bit of shallot, which will also go on top. I'm going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil, some salt, black pepper, and a little bit of Aleppo. We're going to add some different types of citrus, and this looks like it might be a cara cara. Let's see as we slide in. Okay, cara cara orange. So I'm going to slice really nice thin slices of this, because I wanted to cook a whole mix of different types of citrus. Beautiful tangerine, which there's nothing like it. Blood orange, it's not the reddest I've seen, but it's glorious. Cut a few slices of that. And then I'm going to take a grapefruit to also go in here. So just think about how beautifully fresh this is all going to taste with all this citrus all over it. So let's put a few things underneath, a few pieces of citrus on the bottom. I also brought along a little bit of fennel seed just because I love the smell of it, and we're also cooking with fennel, so why not? Next, let's go ahead and season the salmon with oil, a good amount of kosher salt, a little bit of the chili powder or Aleppo, and place the salmon right over the fennel and the citrus, like so. Then take whatever's left over and drizzle it over the top. Then we take everything we put on the bottom and just put it right over and around the fish, like that. Now I'm going to take the ends and squeeze them over the top, like so. Lastly, I'll take the remaining shallot, put it right over the top, and finally I have some beautiful herbs. We've got with us some dill. Whenever it is the holiday season, the high holidays and Hanukkah, we use a lot of dill in our cooking. It's a very Eastern European herb. Then I've got some tarragon, which I've been using a lot because I grow it fresh in my garden, and it's just delicious. And finally, a little bit of Italian parsley leaves scattered over the top. And that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and throw it into a 375, almost 400 degree oven. Shouldn't take too long. That should take about 15 to 18 minutes. So come right back because I've got so much more to come. Stay tuned to SoFlo Taste. We'll be right back. Welcome back to SoFlo Taste. We're here at J World in Coconut Creek, a wonderful place for our children. But it's also going to be a wonderful place the night of January 28th. That's the night of the J Circle of Wise Women's JA Uncorked. when you can stroll through JA World sampling from restaurants and beverage partners, along with specialty lounges. There will be a live music, dancing, raffles, silent auction, and so much more. For tickets, sponsorship opportunities, and information, visit jasouthflorida.org/JA-World-Uncorked or call them at 954-979-7120. Now back to celebrating the Festival of Lights. So I have never made a potato kugel on this show. We've already got a lot of grated potatoes that soaked for a little bit in some water to remove somewhat of its starch, and it's still actually removing a lot of its starch. In this bowl, I have some beaten eggs. I'm gonna add the potatoes to it. I know it looks like a ton, it is a ton. This doesn't fit in here, Amanda. I need a bigger bowl, I'm sorry. Thank you. Sorry about that. Get a really big bowl. That works. Okay, here we go. Grated onion goes in here as well. You could use either cornstarch or potato starch. Potato starch is always my choice when making something like this. You have to add a nice amount of salt and pepper. You know how potatoes just soak up salt. So make sure you season this really well because you'll never make up for it later. Pepper. This casserole dish was in a very hot oven for about 5 minutes, getting really, really warm so that we can get the outside really crispy of the potato kugel. This is chicken fat. I'm just going to brush the outside edges with some chicken fat. Mix this together. Make sure that it's really, really fully combined. That starch has to mix in back into our potatoes. And of course the onion, which I can feel in my eyes and my nose. I'm gonna add the kugel ingredients back into my casserole dish, making sure that I really push it all down so that we can get every last bit, because nobody wants to miss any part of the kugel. So press down as hard as you can, and then this takes about an hour to bake. All right, let's go right into the oven. Salmon is working beautifully. I can smell the citrus. Oh, it's starting to caramelize. You know what? I think this might be ready. Let's go ahead and pull it out. Oh, wow. Look how beautiful this is. So, as you can see, the fennel has caramelized, the salmon is cooked, the citrus even caramelized. It's just beautiful. The chicken liver is set, so I just wanted to show you, without getting it wet, how I had it stored in the fridge. Remember, I put the plastic over the top? Well, it's been sitting in ice water in the fridge, cooling, which allowed it to set rather quickly. So let's go ahead and put those here. Get rid of the water. So I wanted to show you a fun little salad that I came up with to serve with the chicken liver real quick. So here I have some very thinly sliced dates. I'm just going to add a little bit of celery leaves from the heart of the celery, some parsley leaves, a little bit of lemon oil, the juice of a little piece of orange, and of course a little bit of salt. I also have some challah to serve with it. Let's go ahead and mix the date salad. And I'm just going to place it right on top of the liver. Now before I serve the liver, I always put a little bit of fresh black pepper over the top of it, some nice crunchy salt as well, and then finally our gorgeous leafy parsley, celery, and date salad will go on one side, so that when you dip in there, you get a little sweetness, a little bitterness, a little saltiness. And there you have it, gorgeous. Liver with a little salad, piece of challah to go with it, and that gorgeous roast salmon. Come right back so we can see how our potato kugel came out. right after this. Welcome back to SoFlo Taste. We're waiting for our potato kugel to be ready, and it looks pretty crunchy and golden. Ah, not bad. So for now, I'm going to place it on a towel so that I don't ruin my board and show you how beautiful this is. So it's not oily at all. It's beautifully crisp, just ready. Ah, so beautiful, so exciting. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks for joining me for another celebration of Hanukkah. I love this time of year when ageless traditions are being embraced and new ones are being created. I hope you've gotten some ideas to add to your family's traditions. It's a wonderful time to share with family and, of course, friends. Now let's check in with my pal, Hunter Frankie, to see what he's got coming up on SoFlo Health tomorrow. Hey, Hunter.
Hey there, Michelle. This week on SoFlo Health, I'm going to go over some of that complicated fitness terminology that you hear a lot. Do you know what progressive overload is? How about list cardio? Yeah, that's what I thought. A few of you fitness nuts out there might know, but for the rest of us, I'm going to break it down. Plus, we'll talk about the benefits of walking or running on the sand. We'll also visit SoFlo H2O host Olivia Ray, and she'll teach us how to do a Roman chairlift. And then I'll meet my good friend Ricky to find out about what to do if you've lost money with investments. Can you claim that on your taxes? Find out tomorrow on SoFlo Health on the one and only Local 10 at 12:30.
So taste buds, be smart, be safe, and be vaccinated. And I'll see y'all next week. Hanukkah Simach. Goodbye, mwah, and very good taste. Happy Hanukkah.